with Kumar Sangakkara as the champion returns. We had a chat with Mahala Jayawardena, we had a chat with Darren Sammy. We've obviously taken a few questions from obviously our audience members and also our viewers. And we are actually going to cross over live right now to Australia. And Russell Arnold is standing by with us. Good evening, Russ. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good morning. Is it good morning, Russ? Sorry to wake you.
It's somewhat like that.
Yeah, but it's I suppose Monday morning. As usual, you'll be partying right now, so there's nothing much, Russ. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. Kumar's in the studio right now, and Kumar, I don't know if you've actually heard, but Russell was simply astonishing in the commentary box, and as always, is an overnight success as far as Sri Lankans are concerned. He really does give the other commentators a run for their money, but in a very nice and tongue-in-cheek manner, which we all love it. But Russ, we got Kumar in the studio, and we've obviously had quite a few chats during the T20 World Cup also, and you played your cards very close to you when I asked you just before the finals, what are the chances Sri Lanka actually crossing the line over this one, because it was India again. What, in your opinion, was the attributing factor for the Sri Lankans to make it over the line this time?
They just played good cricket, and everything was right. The body language, the tactics, and more importantly to me, I think a lot of the younger players, the newer players, were standing up. So it was more a team effort going forward than Sri Lanka just relying on one or two players as in the past. That's what was the difference.
Well, Russ, obviously Kumar and Mahela sadly have retired from T20. I'm going to speak to Kumar about this one later on, but you think Kumar's got more T20 in him right now, still?
Well, Kumar, he's much fitter than Mahela. They just probably could stay a few years more. But I think the decision has come at the right time, so that Sri Lanka cricket also can move on while Kumar and Mahela are still seen. And it's also time. It's important that Sri Lanka look beyond, because there's a long way to go, isn't it? It just doesn't end here with one or two players. So I think it's a good decision and at the right time.
Well, you played with Kumar in the latter part of your cricketing career. How is it to have Kumar in the dressing room?
I just couldn't hear you, Chad.
You played with Kumar just before you obviously called it quits as far as cricket is concerned. How is it having Kumar in the dressing room, Russ?
He's a different character, in fact. A lot of strange things sometimes that we couldn't figure out. He was one of those players, the ultimate professional. He needed to go through his routine quite a bit. There were times where he'd show up matches carrying an empty bag, his helmet, gloves, bat, whatever in his hand, and you would wonder why he was carrying that empty bag. And when it came to training also, he would put in a lot more than most others. He was wicket keeping, he was batting, had to go through his routines, and we had to sit in the bus, generally waiting for him to finish his routines, and would just ignore the rants and all the rude comments coming his way, but totally focus on what he needed to do. It was outstanding indeed. But I must say, in those sense, very different to most of the other Sri Lankans in that dressing room.
One of my first memory of Russell, I played my first series was Arjuna's last. I remember Daryl Cullinan was batting in goal, and Arjuna was fielding, and they were walking side by side, and Arjuna goes to Daryl Cullinan, twins? Are you guys twins? I remember that very well. Daryl Cullinan didn't like that too much.
I bet he did. All right, Russ, thank you so much for obviously talking to us. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back more to talk about
Thanks,
Kumar
Annie.
Sangakkara right after this.
Thanks, Russ.
to MTV Sports. It's a champion return to Kumar Sangakkara. We're in the final few minutes of the one-on-one we've had. We can obviously fire away a few questions and got Kumar to obviously come out with a few other things. But yeah, we're into the final few minutes of the show. Just one final question I think I really want to ask you is a T20. You've obviously decided to give up T20. It was a bit hard for lots of people to take it up at that point, and it still is hard to see Kumar Sangakkara in a T20 match. Do you still have T20 in you? Can you still go on?
Yeah, going on is not a question. Playing more and wanting to play more and being able to play more, yeah, of course. But that's not the point. The point is this is the right time for me to retire from T20 internationals. There's no other World Cup for another 2 years. There's probably one more T20 international until the 50th World Cup next year. And there is absolutely no point in me continuing to play and taking up space in the team just because I want to go on and I can go on. I think I don't see myself playing cricket in 2 years' time, in the sense of limited over or T20. And it's an obvious decision that I have to make. This is the time for me to go.
And I mean, I suppose like Darren said, it was a bit of a fairy tale ending.
It was.
But I think yeah, it was. Was there pressure on you, Kumar, the finals, because the fact that everyone knew it was your final T20, even though you hadn't officially made your retirement at that point, the media was just going all crazy about the fact that it was the final game and for you and Mahela. And was there a pressure that was actually sitting on your shoulders, because the world knew it was your final game, and everyone, that's what they spoke about, was your final game, so it had to count.
It had to count, we really didn't think too much it was the final game, but it was kind of the final opportunity to win a T20 World Cup for us. It was, but the fact that there was such a finality over the fact that this is the last time, this is it.
Yeah.
Really didn't think about it too much. At the end, it really sunk in. How lucky are you to be able to do that in your final game? It's like Murray taking 800 wickets in his final Test match.
That's right.
And the final wicket of the innings as well.
Yeah.
So I think again we're very lucky, and Mahela and I are very blessed to have played this many years of cricket with such great teammates and been part of such great teams, and being part of some amazing performances on the field. And you really don't know what to feel. At the end of the final, first I was so happy, and then you feel really tired because it's been a long tournament, and then you sit and then you don't know really what to feel, because you think, should I feel happier? Should I, and then it just starts to sink in, and then you understand, well, that's it. That's finished. Now it's back to work. Once you get to Sri Lanka, it'll be amazing. But then it's again back to work, because there's more cricket to be played, there are other things to do, chores, whatever. So it's funny at the end of that tournament when you're sitting in the dressing room, everyone's happy, but at the same time, you feel tired. It's a lot of confusion as well when it comes to emotions and what you feel.
I know there's so much we can actually go on talking about as far as the T20 is concerned, as far as where you're going to go from this point onwards. You got the 50 over, it's just less than a year from now in Australia, and there's obviously, we're going to have lots of chats on radio, that's for sure. I'm sorry, we have to have lots of chats on radio. Just like to make it public to everybody. I will be disturbing you, I don't care where you go. But we're unfortunately come to the end of the show, and before we obviously do go, I would like to invite Yahali on stage. Yahali, please, if you can join your husband on stage. We have something very special for you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we can obviously hang on. It's a wonderful memento for you, and this, of course, is something that we would like to give Yahali first. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for helping Kumar win the World Cup, Yahali. Here you go. Thank you so much. And here is something from MTV Sports and YesFM. Kumar, you have been a fantastic role model. You have been an idol. You've been a great cricketer, a legend, and most of all, I think something that every single Sri Lankan would like to hear. You've always been a Sri Lankan, and this is from all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's very Thank you.
Well, before we actually do go, This is a surprise. This is a surprise.
Got a sneak peek.
Yeah, well, did you? Okay. This is a surprise, which is actually hand drawn by one of your ardent fans. Got to say thank you very much to Chanel. Chanel would like you to have this.
Ah, thanks. Is that Chanel? Who is Chanel? Oh, Shaman.
Shaman. Yeah, Shaman. Sorry, Shaman. And there you have it. That's something that you can actually hold on to. Well,
Thank you.
we'll take
Thank
it
you
back
very
and give it to you if you can hold on to that.
Thanks.
Well, we can just literally
And thank you to
so
everyone
much.
in the audience as well for coming. Thank you so much.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of the show. The champion returns with the legend Kumar Sangakkara. Well, sadly, he said goodbye to T20, but hopefully we'll see him more. Thank you so much and have yourself a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks very much. No problem. You get all confetti in your hair.
Great photo opportunity out in the moment. We can stand together.
Okay, you're also coming, madam.